Today we're recording part 4 of a bunch of Batman countdowns, specifically Batman-related statues. So if you missed any of those, you can rewind. First we did the Dark Knight Metal line from Prime 1 Studio. We ranked them from first to worst, or worst to first, however you want to say that. Second, we did all the normal Batman statues. And then recently, we did this video right here, which is all the non-traditional Batman statues. Now it's time to switch to Bat villains. And as we review all the statues that have been on this table, because if you remember from this video right here, there were over 800. By the way, we're only 30 seconds in, and I gave you a lot of homework to go rewatch all those videos. But I realize there's so many different Bat villain statues to rank, we need to reduce the list even more. So what if we just took Joker out of it? Because believe it or not, there have been over 20 Joker statues that have sat on this table. So today we're going to do Joker, followed by a few weeks from now, we're going to do every Bat villain minus Joker. And I think we can all agree that Joker is easily and arguably one of the most influential villains that pop culture has ever created. He's right up there in the leagues of people like Dr. Doom, Darth Vader, Kamala Harris. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Extreme Channel. My name is Mr. X, which you just saw, unless you fast forward through that. I fast forward through it each time. I just admitted I watch my own videos. Turns me on. I'm a good-looking dude. Anyway, today we're going to rank every Joker statue that has hit this table. I think there's about 20 of them, and there is no rules. Well, I take that back. The one rule is it can't have been a Joker statue in a previous video of those 3 episodes we talked about in the intro. But otherwise, no rules. It can be a bust, it can be a movie related, it can be comic related, it can be quarter scale, half scale, third scale, and I think we have all the above. And as we get to the top ones, it got incredibly difficult for me to actually rank which one is the best because there are some damn good ones out there. And you're going to see a lot of different companies as well. So this isn't inclusive of every Joker statue that has been made. So before we even go into that list, why don't you throw down your favorites below? We are now within 1,000 subscribers of doing our very next statue giveaway, which we're not giving away 1, we're not giving away 2, we're giving away 3 prizes. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. All right, so we're just shy of 20 Joker statues that have hit this table, and I think I only own about 5 of them now. And some of them, because they're not as good as others, some I just don't collect that line anymore. But number 19 is easily Sideshow's quarter scale Heath Ledger statue. Now this is an old statue, and it got a lot of hype when it came out because I believe it came out shortly after The Dark Knight. At that time, it looked pretty cool, and we all agree that Heath Ledger did one of the best cinematic performances for the Joker, although I don't discount Jack Nicholson or even Joaquin Phoenix, who you will see some statues of them on this list. But by far, this was the worst statue. The pose was wonky. The portrait was kind of okay, and we've seen so many different iterations of Heath Ledger in statue form since then that are absolutely better. Number 18, while it's not a bad statue, it is the Queen Studios 1/3 scale Heath Ledger as a police officer. So maybe it's lower in the countdown because he's really not the Joker in this, and this was literally a 1-second scene. But for that reason, even though it's done well, this falls in at number 18. Number 17, another Ledger statue. This time by Prime 1 Studios, it was their half scale. So I was able to get this for a pretty screaming deal years after it came out. But I held on to it for very shortly because, again, it just did not stand up to some of the other Heath Ledger options, not to mention I don't really collect half-scale statues. Number 16 is another movie character, and it's one that got a lot of hate. And of course, I'm talking about Jared Leto. He didn't do as well as Jack Nicholson or Joaquin Phoenix or, of course, Heath Ledger, but I thought he did okay. I kind of liked the take they took on him. However, this Sideshow Premium format came in at number 16. Now, what's interesting about this is Prime 1 Studios made a 1/3 scale. I think this was better than their 1/3 scale, which I never owned. But this comes in at number 16. Number 15 is this god-awful Prime 1 Studios 1/3 scale ledger statue. So this had an incredible concept, but the portrait was such a miss. And then if you wanted to buy a portrait that was still a miss, but better than this, you had to spend an extra $300. So a lot of issues with this statue. I still stand by everything I said in that original review. It was not the best. Number 14 is Sideshow's Nightmare Joker. Now, while we all know how evil Joker is, this took evil to the next level, almost like a mutated version of Joker, paired great with the Nightmare Batman we talked about in the countdown. Huge fan of this piece, coming in at number 10, even though I no longer own it. A better Heath Ledger statue was number 13, Queen Studios Heath Ledger. Now, I still own this because it's part of a diorama with Christian Bale from Queen Studios. This is 1/3 scale. I love the pose. I love the scene this is from. But I think we can all agree there have been some better Heath Ledger statues that have come out by both Queen Studios and J&D since then. I'm trying to remember if Infinity Studios made one too. So I just realized number 12 and 11 are still movie-related ones. Then we're going to get into some comic and conceptual stuff. But number 12 is Jack Nicholson quarter scale. So I own two of these. These were done really well. Great likeness, too many switch outs, but a lot of nostalgia tied to the game. They were custom, so they were private unlicensed commissions. They only made a small run. I think they only made 10 of the mimes. But very cool piece, but definitely lower on the list compared to some of the other ones we're going to look at, including number 11. This is by Queen Studios. This was their first Heath Ledger bust. So they made two. I believe they made a second one. This was unlicensed, so Queen Studios was kind of breaking the law. But I really like this piece. I still have it to this day. It was highly sought after. I did get it under retail, but I still paid a pretty penny. And I'm still a big fan of this, although there are some better ones that I've actually had on this table and are higher up on the list we'll get to in a second. Number 10 was Sideshow's premium format, which I still own actually. It's upstairs right now, and I like this a lot. I love the comical aspect of it. I love the maniacal aspect. It has a lot of different ties to Batman and Harley and Joker, and it just really shows how crazy and sadistic this dude is. I think they did a phenomenal job. However, I will say Sideshow has released quite a few premium format comic Joker statues. God, that's a mouthful.
That's what she said.
And some are even better than this, but I've never traded up because I like this one quite fine. Prime 1 Studios, Joaquin Phoenix Joker. I love this movie. Now, while to me it wasn't really a Batman or a DC or a Joker movie, I think it was phenomenally done from just a artistic standpoint. And I loved Joaquin Phoenix's performance, and I think they nailed it with this statue. Lots of Easter eggs that tie to the movie. The likeness is absolutely spot on, and I'm a big fan of this 1/3 scale Joaquin Phoenix Joker from Prime 1 Studio. However, I think it was beat by this 1/3 scale Iron Studios Joker. So I don't own this anymore, but it's a fantastic piece. Has the storyline where he actually ripped off his own face and sewed it back on. Lots of cool switch outs. 1/3 scale. I got rid of it because it didn't scale as well as some of the other ones. And really, there's so many great Joker statues that I talked about. Anything on this line moving up are just absolutely amazing. Number 7, I just briefly had the prototype, or one of the prototypes, Infinity Studios Heath Ledger bust. So this was better than the Queen Studios for a few different reasons. One, it had obviously the arms, had the base was better, and then obviously I think the likeness was a little bit better, or it was easier to see. The hair was better, but I just don't collect busts with arms for the most part. So I think it's a fantastic piece, and it ranked at number 7 of all my Joker statues of all time. But it's crazy to think that this immaculate piece, there are 6 statues that are actually better. Maybe even more because I haven't had them all on my table. Number 6 was by XM Studios, their Samurai Joker. Incredibly underrated piece. The base, the Joker, the switch outs, this was awesome. You know, I really miss this Samurai line as I'm doing all these countdowns. I got rid of all my Samurai statues, but damn, some of these were really good, including this quarter scale one from XM Studios. Number 5, part of this might be nostalgia, but shit, I love this custom Jack Nicholson life-size Joker bust. Now, this isn't silicone, what everyone's doing, which makes it even more impressive. Incredibly realistic sculpt. I think it's absolutely amazing. I sadly am going to sell most of these busts here in the next few months. A good reason to make sure you've not only liked this video, but you sub to the channel and hit the bell notifications because I sell it through the channel. But wow, what an incredible piece. They nailed the expression. They nailed some of the Easter eggs. Comes in at number 5. Now, Unfortunately, I just noticed that number 4 violates my rule that it couldn't have been on another countdown. So I can't say it, and that means there's no number 4. So everything just moves up one. If you recall, this happened in one of the last countdowns. I made these when I was on a plane drunk. So during the editing process, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge one statue that might be near the top, if not at the top, but I haven't seen it in person. That's the Penguin Toys Killing Joke Joker bust. I think this is one of the coolest busts out there. And, I really regret that I'm not able to do a proper countdown because I've only seen 20 of these in person or so, because there are tons of other good Joker statues, but this one would definitely be near the top. Honorable mention number 4. Number 3 is Queen Studios Phoenix bust. So this is Joaquin Phoenix. So first of all, they nailed the likeness. It's absolutely great. And expression is fantastic. It tells so many different stories, but not as many stories as the incredible base tells. One of the coolest bases on any bust statue I've ever seen. Has a lot of Easter eggs from the movie. Huge fan of this piece from Queen Studios. Number 2. For the longest time, I said this was the best Joker statue out there, but it's the 1/3 scale Bermejo Joker from Batman Damned. So Batman Damned is a cool storyline. I've read it a few times. I have it. But it's not an amazing storyline, but the statue that they came out with from it, all the incredible different portraits. Again, Joker's so maniacal, almost a realistic take on him, yet still comic-y in vibe. I loved this statue. One of the best Joker statues ever made. I had the matching slab for it, which was absolutely amazing. This comes in at number 2. But I'm dead set that to this day, the best Joker statue that's been on this table is my recent one. In recent 6 to 12 months, Prime One Studios Joker on Throne. Love everything about this. Love the fact you can have a companion piece with punchline. Love the Easter eggs on the base. Love the fact there's switch out legs and portraits and arms. Love the fact that it's just Joker sitting back and being an asshole and who he is, and so maniacal, so clever, so deviant. I think this is the best Joker statue. I absolutely love it. And I am partial to Thrones, but that's my list. Did I nail it? Did I miss it? Throw that down in the comments below. And if you like stuff like this and you want detailed reviews, you can go back and watch all those. You can watch other countdowns. You can subscribe for future content. But for now, I got to go. I got to move the box. You don't care what I have to do. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Again, only half of you are subscribed, less than half of you. Please hit that subscribe button. If half of you did that, half of the people that haven't halved, then we'd be on to the next 2 giveaways right now. Appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.